Hey everyone, Sean here at Colorado RV Center. I've got behind me the X195 and the X22. So I have both the offerings from Imperial Outdoors right here. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to compare the furnaces. The X22 has the old Suburban furnace put in it, but the 195 has that new Truma Combi unit, which they say is, well, I know it's definitely quieter, but they say it's more efficient, heats up the trailer quicker, stuff like that. So I want to find out if it really is more efficient, because I don't want to tell you something wrong if you're asking me questions about it. So let's give it a shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn both furnaces on to 70 degrees. And we're going to take a couple internal temperature readings inside right away to see how cold the trailer is. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them sit overnight. And tomorrow at the same time, it's 1:15 right now. Tomorrow at the same time, we're going to come out here and turn them off, pull the propane tanks, and see how much propane they've used. So both of them have both of their 20-pound tanks full on them. So that way we're starting the exact same. The units, you'll notice, are also sitting staggered. That way I can't say, oh, this one had less sun, this one had more sun, this one was blocked from the wind, something like that. It's a cold day here in Colorado. It's about 30 degrees out, a little bit windy, so it is chilly. And then tonight it's supposed to be in the teens. So obviously not a real test for an Xplore, but regardless, being able to run the furnace like this will let us know if that Truma is more efficient and how much more efficient it really is, because if it is more efficient, that could save you a little bit of money on propane and not have to fill up so often. So let's get started and see where this goes. All right, so let's come in the X195 first. I've got my little handy dandy laser heat gun here, or temperature reader gun. So what I'll do is I'll come in here. We'll take a couple readings on a couple different pieces, so that way we can see exactly how cold it is in this trailer. For reference, I just pulled a fifth wheel in our shop just a few minutes ago, and after sitting outside, I just checked the interior temperature. It was 27 degrees in there. So if this unit's any warmer, that'll be impressive for the insulation as well. So let's see what we've got here. So our countertop, 39 degrees right there on the counter. Let's just check a piece of wood. I don't know. 42 on that piece of wood. Let's come in the bathroom in a tighter confined space. 38. Let's go toilet seat. 31. And let's see, the back of the dinette, some vinyl, 41. So I'm guessing the sun must have been hitting a little bit, you know, as the day progressed. But this trailer's actually not that cold for how cold it is outside. And the place I really wanted to check was the sleeping area, because, I mean, that's where you're going to want to be at night when you're running this furnace. So this pillow, 47 degrees, 46.9 to 47.2. And the headboard, holy cannoli, 51. That thing must have had a little bit of sun on it. 51 degrees on that headboard. It does feel warm, oddly enough. So with the Truma, all of our vents are down here along the bottom. So it does have a little bit better on this particular compared to the X22. This one does have better venting because it's more spread throughout, where the X22 is just a single vent. So what we're going to do, we're also going to come up here and see, we'll check our battery. That'll be a good reference as well. 1080 amp hours right now. Stage 3 lithium on this one. So the Truma, we're going to turn it up to 70 degrees. Okay. And then I believe I have to go over here to the fan. I'm going to turn the fan on. Let's go high. Let's turn this puppy up. Let's make sure I'm doing this all right. Leaving it on gas. Oh, that's my water heater. Don't need to change that. So now I've got it set. All of my settings are on. It's 70. It's telling me right there that it's about to light. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I can clearly hear the Truma down here is fired up. It's very quiet. Very, very quiet. Very tough to hear. But I can hear that that is now fired up. So what we're going to do now is we'll go over to the X22, take some temperature readings inside, see how cold it is, and get his furnace fired up right away. Let's see what we've got going on in here. So, I can see my breath in this one. So we'll check this kitchen counter. 33 degrees. Kitchen sink, 36. Let's check our bed. Let's see the sunshine on that pillow. 39. See where the sun's shining. 42 where the sun is. This back wall, 40, 39 degrees. In the back of our dinette, 40 degrees. Let's see, where else? Where else should I take a look? And let's check the ceiling, why not? Ceiling, 39.2, 39. And the floor is 33 degrees, so it's pretty cold in this trailer. This one, luckily, very easy to turn on for me, so this will take me all about 15 seconds. This one, though, has just a single outlet, so it's not ducted heat, just single outlet heat. All we do is come over here, auto, cool, and then furnace set to 70. And what'll happen now is here in just a second, we'll hear this puppy turn on. That furnace is now on and running. All right, everyone, it's been only about half an hour, actually. I just wanted to come out here and see how quick they would actually warm up. So after half an hour, I'm going to step in the X22 first to see how warm it is in this trailer. Whew, it's actually kind of hot in here. Let's see. So I'm sure the countertop obviously hasn't warmed up yet, but man, this it's a warm trailer. So I'm sure the countertop hasn't warmed up, stuff like that, but I'll at least be able to get a good idea for what has warmed up. So let's check down here first on that wood. Hey, that wood's already 75 degrees, but it's so close to the furnace that I can't use that as reliable. So sink 41, countertop 41. Let's check on our bed here. 55 on the bed. Let's see, that wall 56, that wall 56, back of the dinette 55. See this wood over here closer to the furnace, 63. I bet the bathroom's cold because I left this door closed. Let's see, 44 in there. Man, this trailer, like, just standing in here, I'm very comfortable. I could easily take my jacket off and have no problem in here with just a short sleeve shirt on. I know you can't feel it, so I'm having to explain it to you. But as we can see, even the cold places like the countertop is warmed up, that's like 15 degrees. I'll have to go back and look, but it's warmed up substantially in here in a very quick hurry. So now let's go to the 195 and see how that thing's doing. All right, we're at the 195. Let's do our 30-minute test on this one and see how it went. Whew, this trailer's pretty warm too. It's a different kind of heat. Like the X22 feels like hot. Like you walk in there, you just feel hot right away. This one is more of a, I don't know, it seems like it's been more of like a gradual heat where I just feel warm. I'm not hot, but I feel good. It does feel nice in here. But you can see how much louder it is. I did turn the fan on to high, so we can see that it's trying to put a lot more effort into it. But let's see what our temperatures are in here. Countertop 46, sink 54, that piece of wood 56, toilet seat still 38, it's cold. I think I checked the shower earlier too. 47 in the shower. I remember the bed, I remember back here, I'll have to go back and redo all my readings since I didn't write them down before I came out here. But I want to say back there was like 50s, 62, pillow 61. So this trailer is definitely comfortable. It looks to me like our temperature readings are very, very similar with, of course, the bed being a little warmer here. I'm thinking that ducted heat is really spreading the heat a lot better, where the X22, as soon as you walk in the door, you're just hit with that furnace right off the bat, since it's kind of in the entry door area. This one's still plugging away as it gets up to temperature. We'll see how it continues. That was my 30-minute test. We'll be ready to just leave them overnight, let them sit, and see just how efficient they were off the propane on here. So come back in a little bit. All right, guys, we're back for day 2 here. It's been 24 hours now, and I hear the furnace still going on this one. That's awesome. Didn't go listen for the 195 yet, but what I'm going to do now, go inside the trailers, of course, make sure they're still warm, pull the propane tanks off, fill them up, see which one used more propane, and see if that Truma is really more efficient than just our our standard Suburban furnace in the X22. So we'll go now fill some propane. Okay, so I want to interrupt this video because after filling 1.4 gallons in the 195 compared to 0.9 gallons in the X22, I told my service department that, and they said, well, you know, the Truma has a mix mode on it where it'll work on electric and gas. So I thought, well, I better go try that. So now I'm going to go out there and show you me turning the Truma on mix and doing it for another day. So that's why this video took an extra day to come out, because I had to go out there and give it a whole nother 24 hours. I had to cool off the trailer, of course, so that way I'm starting the same. But here we go. I'll show you how it turned out on the mix mode. All right, so let's fire up this Truma Combi in the 195. So, okay, first I should mention I do have the inverter now turned on, as it's going to use some power. So the first thing I'm going to do is click on the furnace, turn it up to 70 degrees, 70. And then what I'll do is I'll go over here, and this is the power source. So I'm going to have it on mix 2. There's also mix 1 and gas, but so mix 1 is 850 watts of power and gas. Mix 2 is 1700 watts of power and gas. So of course I'm going to turn it on mix 2. We're going to leave the fan on Eco and let this thing fire up and basically run through the night and see how much propane it really used or how much electric it used. And we're also going to monitor our batteries. Surprisingly enough, we're actually getting a positive charge right now. Even on a somewhat cloudy day right now, or cloudy at the moment, we're actually getting a positive charge off all those solar panels. So let's see how it goes, see how the Combi works. I can hear it running right now. It's so quiet, but I still can't hear it running. So we'll come back tomorrow and see how much propane this thing really used, and see how much power it used as well, to see how much, you know, how really efficient this thing is. All right, so we're on day 2 of the 195 test. Since its furnace has multiple settings, I did 2 days with the 195. I did go to fill the propane after sitting a whole another 24 hours, and it took 0 gallons, took 0 propane. So running the Truma on mix, I'm thinking it must have run on electric the entire time and no propane. But I didn't even look at the battery when I came back out after running it on mix. So let's take a look at where the battery sits now after running for 24 hours on the mix setting on the Truma. So yesterday we were at 1,080 amp hours, 100% charge. So right now, we've got 142 amp hours in the battery, 13%, and it is charging though at 31 amps right now with all those solar panels on the roof. So that thing used almost 1,000 amps of lithium battery just to keep that furnace running through the night, which running the inverter, running the furnace at a high wattage, I could see it being a very power consumptive piece, but I just assumed that some gas was going to take over to supplement the power. So I'm going to really need to educate myself in the Truma system to see, when does the gas kick on? Do I need to have a different setting? But for everybody else's informative reasons, I'm going to put this video up. That way we can all make informed decisions, and we kind of know what we're up against with the Truma system in this new trailer. Well, that'll conclude that test. Actually didn't quite go how I thought it would after reviewing everything here. One thing I did do is I tried to do a little bit of reading on the Truma in mixed mode, just because I thought it was crazy that it burned no propane, but did go through almost 1,000 amps of lithium. So from what I gather, which I could be wrong, please tell me if I am. From what I gather though, when it's on mixed mode, it's more of electric supplementing with heat. So on like a really, really cold night where the electric is struggling to get the trailer warm, then it will switch over to propane or mix it with propane to help supplement that heat to get it to get up to temperature. But these Xplores, with all the insulation they have, they really just have no issue getting up to temperature. So I'm guessing that's why the electric thought it would suffice just enough. So all in all, it was fun to test. I love testing these Xplores, and of course we're going to be putting out more videos like this. Please keep watching. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm always open to suggestions. I love to make comparisons and tow tests and whatnot and features and whatnot. So let me know if there's anything else you guys can think of. But hopefully this video is informative enough so that way when you go into it, you kind of know what you're up against with this new Truma furnace. Man, let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the next go.